Hello, boys and girls. Let me. Can I fix this? Can we live like this? I don't want to see this. Such a wide screen. What the hell? Maybe if I. Oh, that's horrible. Ruins the illusion of the nice black. Bear with me. Hold on. That's, I think, the best we can do. Unless we. That's livable. I think that's livable for me. Hello, everyone. Oh my God, I'm so bare. I'm naked. No wonder I feel so. I'm not with it today. There we go. I'm back in business. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. Lovely to see you. I am RJ City, and naturally, this would be After Dark because it's so gosh darn late. The chat is hopping already. I've had a busy life yesterday, the day before, that kind of thing. Ty says, good evening, RJ. How was your Wednesday? Busy. Yesterday was very busy. Last week, Saturday was my birthday, and I feel like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, everything was very quick. And now we're here, and I have time to pause and reflect. QD21 says, hi, RJ. That's very verbose. Clint says, hi, RJ. How you doing? Well again? Or how am I doing well again? Like, how am I doing again? Or how am I doing still well? I guess I'm okay. I'm copacetic. Bill said, greetings, RJ and the lounge. How's everyone's evening? Thank you for using the lime Ricky Lake emoji, which reminds me I need to take a sip of my signature drink. Good evening to you all. Welcome to the program. That is refreshingly room temperature, just how I like it on a hot July night. Fortinbras says, evening, afternoon, or morning, everyone. That's so diplomatic. Fortinbras always wants to include everyone, which I love about him. Hope everyone's week is going well, he says. Nail says, I let the ads play for RJ. That's great, because I need the money. So I would like to keep doing this as, viably as possible. Ty said, no glasses tonight. I said, no, they're back on. I forgot them, so thank you. Hunter said, AEW is running late. So you've got time to adjust your equipment as well as my own equipment. And that I really say for Sundays. Simon said, good evening. Good evening to you, Simon. Jamie says, known asshole is the best moniker. Yes, I made some headlines yesterday, and they called me known asshole RJ City. And the important thing is that I'm known. Can you imagine if it was just unknown asshole, unheard of dick, RJ City? That's fine by me, and I'll put it on my tombstone. Dave said, how does it feel being 68 years old now? That's very funny, Dave. Actually, I'm 63. And with it comes a tremendous wealth of knowledge and perspective. And really, let's face it, Dave, I'm in the autumn of my life. And it gives me a chance to look back and think about, things I've done, people I've loved and lost. Let's do a toast. I'm going to do a nice toast here in reflection on my 63rd birthday. To those who have loved, to those who have lost, and to the lovers who do not know what they've lost, only what they've loved, until they lose them, at which point they will be the lovers who've lost what they've loved, but will not have lost the love that they've had to lose. For those lovers are not lost. They have merely just lost who they've loved. You can all bow your heads. As I take a nice, oh God, that stung. That cigar stung. I hope you all enjoyed that toast, especially you, Dave. Randy kept me busy, said Nails. Yes, I've been going back and forth. I've been DMing Randy Quaid, and it has been a hoot. He's a good guy, one of my favorite actors. Great looking mug, RJ. Thank you, Fortinbras. Missy said, good evening, RJ, and all the hot grandmas out there. This is the grandma demo. Thank you for joining us all. I'm getting used to this. Ty said, has a nice cheers. Brodzilla says, hey, RJ and citizens, Brodzilla is ready if you want to do a shoot interview on RKO. I think I've shot very publicly. I'm an open carry kind of guy. Danny said, got any tape, RJ? Very funny. Referring to when I found there was tape stuck to my back on Sunday. I wasn't crazy about it. Sean said, evening, RJ. Hello, everybody. Well, hello, Sean. Don't talk with your mouth full of cigar. Jerry Legend said, I genuinely hope you're doing amazing tonight. You bring joy to us all. I mean, boo, hiss. I like to be hissed. You don't get hissed anymore. It's great. Thank you for hissing me. Mingalia Memory Lane said, AEW just finished. Hello, RJ. Ty Shearings. Brian said, toast. And I want to say, Blue Meanie, I put on while I was working out today something on the network. It was one of those ECW super shows from like 1996 in this total indie building. And the first match was JT and some guy. And JT was full Italian style and gimmick, and two other guys I don't know. And it started with JT telling this guy, if you want to be a full Italian, you have to do the Tarantella with me. So they started dancing. Then JT threw a chair in the guy's face and then beat him up. Then this tag team beat him up. And then the Sandman ran out and caned everyone, blah, 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 blah. And then the second match, you and Stevie come out as the fabulous ones. And the first 5 minutes, even before the Pitbulls come out, you're dancing. So there have been 2 dancing segments before there was one lockup. Well, there was never a lockup on an ECW show. But before the bell rang at all, 20 minutes into the show, there was 2 dancing segments. And yours was by far the best. You pulled out a lot of different moves. And then Francine came out in some weird PVC looking thing. And I texted her. I was like, what the hell is this? It doesn't look breathable at all. She said it was not. And your shorts looked like the most breathable of all. So it was lovely seeing you then and seeing you now. Aaron is cheersing. Sean says, you should tell a story about a time you got too high. If that's ever happened. One time I was in Las Vegas and I was not sure. And this is a mistake. I went to go see Cirque du Soleil Love, their Beatles show. And I have no idea if it was from the jet lag, that, or the show itself. But I had an unpleasurable experience. And now I can't hear Octopus's Garden without freaking out. Jordan said, I firmly believe Lime Ricky Lake is a fizzy lifting drink. You mean a pre-workout? Dave Muscarella said, you think deep down Randall Keith Orton is a big RJ fan? I know Bob Orton Sr. is. We're both compatriots of Ed Asner. Val said, so poetic. Nail said, I lost feeling in my arm holding my drink up so long for the toast. Bill said, sorry we never heard back from Randy Quaid about you resigning with the AWA. I wonder how he feels about that. Well, them's the breaks. What can I say? Rob said, hi, RJ. I don't know if you remember doing it, but my friend got a cameo of you before a recent date, and I just wanted to thank you for the excellent advice. I do remember that because I don't really often do date cameos where I dole out romantic advice. Did they go on a second date? I would love to know how that went. Nicholas said, good evening, RJ. Eric said, hey, RJ, looking silly. Sure. Neil said, did you watch Eddie Kingston tonight? Yes, I did. And I'm very proud of him and his commercial accent. He's not from New York. He's from Boston, Massachusetts, and he lays it on thick to come off tough. I'm proud of him, but please, let people see the real you. Hunter said, RJ City's favorite ECW wrestler is Matt Striker. No shit. My favorite ECW wrestler by far is Chili Willy. I thought he was the coolest guy. Heels and Quad said, some guy was great in ECW. His 96 run was excellent. You can say that for a lot of people. Bill said, Meanie smells toast. I hope it's not burnt. Someone for the love of God, keep an eye out. Blue Meanie said, that dance added years to my career. And you can still do it. You kind of like the honky tonk man in that sense. He's like, still do it. Have you toned down the dancing at all? You're like, my knee hurts. I can't do this move anymore. Ella said, can you dab? Well, only when I'm moist. Brodzilla said, hey, Clincy. Jordan said, stand corrected, sir. RVD and Jerry Lynn locked up lots of times. That's fair. Carla said, Las Vegas is definitely a place to be too hot. Jamie's here. Brodzilla's here. Hunter said, did Cowboy Bob let you sign his cast? I signed a cast poster of The Wrestler, the Ed Asner movie. Dave Muscarella said, the question is, are you a Barry O fan? Yes, I am. Raquel Durango said, good evening, RJ. What was the best, sexiest gift you ever received? Do you still have it? Yes, because I just got it. I got multiple pairs of very expensive underwear from a female suitor, and I'm really touched. And I still have them because I'm absolutely going to wear them starting on Sundays. I will be wearing them. And now I have my old underwear. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know if I should put them up for auction or sell them or something. Please let me know what to do with them. Carla said, between the younger Randy Quaid and yourself, who do we boo? What is the best expression to use? Well, I don't know if he's a heel. I'm a heel. I made that explicit and easy for everyone to understand. So he's the one being vague. Neil said, Danhausen has a cameo yet because he's a thief. Yeah, he sells mugs too. I came out with mugs at prowrestlingtees.com/RJ and all of a sudden he has mugs too at prowrestlingtees.com/Danhausen. He ought to be ashamed of himself. Neil's like, shots fired. RJ fears nobody. Well, I fear everyone. Dave said, can you do a good Boston accent? Can you park your car in a Harvard yard? Oh, I want a vodka stinger. Tabby said, just wanted to let everyone know that Nails and I are teaming for the AEW Women's Tag Tournament. Don't believe we're legit wrestlers? Kayfabe, Heat, Marks, Babyface. We're insiders. That's basically all you need. Fear us. Tabby and I are legit, said Nails. That's fantastic. Sean said, Charles Dempsey Brown, I'm sure he'd be interested in your used underwear. Hunter said, please don't talk about selling your underwear. There's a Brodzilla in the chat. That underwear is memorabilia. That pair stood next to Steve Austin and Mario Cantone and David Arquette, which clearly devalues them. I think this is like a hockey player putting his jersey up for auction. Nicholas said, RJ, where do you pick up chlorophyll? Most health food stores. They have them in these little white bottles, and they are just this green, but they get all over the place. They spill a lot. And this is like 20 parts water. It's just a couple drops of the chlorophyll. But it gives it this minty hint of business to it, and I like it. Dave said, how come underwear as a gift is almost always from either your mom or a significant other? Because both of them care about my crotch in completely different ways. Does that make sense? That's the balance. You know, one side's like, maybe his crotch should be seen more. And then my mom's like, maybe less. Maybe a full cut. It's the fulcrum. My crotch is the fulcrum of my life. Brady Pierce said, you told a member of the major wrestling figure podcast community to take the bag his RJ City shirt came in and wear it over his head. Are you officially the baddest heel on the planet? No, I'm the best. Rowan said, guys, I made it home from work early. Woot. Proud of you. Wayne said, you ever drink New Amsterdam vodka? No, but I've drunken beef eater gin for some reason. And when I was in high school. Brozilla said, no worries, Hunter. My dad said I'm learning from the best. Brozilla, if you're not familiar with Brozilla, please click on his channel. He has a wonderful interview with me. He has wonderful interviews with Mick Foley and Jessamine Duke. He does an amazing job. And he's less than half my age, which just bothers me and fills me with rage at how talented and funny he is. And he's learning. He's now under my tutelage, as you can see by watching the show. And it's a terrible mistake, but he seems to have delightful yet misguided parents. Fortinbras says, RJ, serious question. Know where I can get a decent mug? That's a great question. You can get 11-ounce ceramic coffee mugs with my face on them at prowrestlingtees.com/RJ City. You know, this isn't my first rodeo. Bill said, so Danhausen seems to bug you every late night. You think of inviting him on After Dark since he's up anyway? He's asked me to be on one of his shows, and he may be on one of mine as a deal. So stay tuned or don't, or prepare to tune out, prepare to read. Neil said, do you think Matt Cardona listens to the song you sang for him when he canoodles with Chelsea? I know for a fact he does, but Chelsea doesn't like it because it just reminds her that she owes me money, so he puts his headphones in. Texas said, are you feeling okay? Your skin seems to be missing its color. You know, I've been so pale for the longest time. It's because with this whole pandemic thing, I don't really get out of the house. Ty said, hey, Brodzilla, I hope you're doing well. This is so sweet. Tabby said, okay, there will be a delightful quilt made from RJ's underwear to commemorate coffee. That's a really good idea. Hunter said, Brodzilla, your dad may not know what he's talking about and should monitor the bad influences you're watching. Watch real wrestlers like John Cena. Clint said, hey, Brodzilla, I subscribed to you after Jessamine Duke's interview. Hunter said, just joshing. Enjoy your interview. Nell said, do you hang up the picture of yourself at Jessamine's fireplace, or does she? Why are they so much bigger than all the other pictures? I watched her put a table together for 8 minutes today. Yeah, she seems to be a real handy gal. Something that I haven't put any table. I have videos of me not putting tables together. That's how that works. Blue Meanie says, besides Randy Quaid, But my favorite Dennis Quaid movie is Enemy Mine with Lou Gossett Jr. Lou Gossett Jr. I mention on an upcoming episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Unknown. And that episode is about Mel Brooks. And I'll let you figure out why. I do want to say thanks for reminding me, Blue Meanie, to my members, my Key to the City members. Today, I started my call for your monthly Ask RJ. So please click on the community thing and write whatever questions. We have a couple so far, and they're very good, and I'm excited about them. Number one. Number two, as you've already seen, you have early access, but tomorrow everyone will see me play a new video game called The Three Ninjas Kick Back. And then Friday, I have a Good, the Bad, and the Unknown coming out from someone who's a member of the Rat Pack, man. And I mean that. And that's all I'm going to say. Fresh Prince of Africa said, hello, RJ. Thanks for letting me plug my Twitter last After Dark stream. And as a thank you, I gave you a shout out on said Twitter. And that's the way the world works. Tabby said, I've never been a coffee drinker, but now that I can get a mug with my favorite wrestler, I'm prepared to dive in. Maybe I'll get one of RJ's too. That's hilarious, Tabby. I hope the mug breaks. Hey, I got to ask, why do you put bulletproof in your coffee? Good question, Clint. It's basically fat. It's good. It's a good way for me to get my calories. Seems to be good for me. It's a hearty breakfast. I don't subscribe to the bulletproof diet. It doesn't necessarily work for me. I'm too hungry in the morning, but it's a good way for me to get my fat, and it makes the coffee very robust. And because you're digesting coffee and caffeine with fat, you digest it slower. You have a more sustained caffeine high, and you have less of a crash when you come off of it. Dave said, does Chelsea owe you $10 Canadian or $10 US? $10 Canadian. We were in Ottawa when it happened. Cactus Kelly said, first time, long time. Strangest place you've ever made whoopee. I'll take my answer off the air. No, I'll say it to you now. I was in a forest, and it was in my younger days, and it was dark, and I did not like it at all. It was an incredibly harrowing experience, which is exactly how I would have felt if I was in a forest in a non-sexual capacity at night. I don't like forests in the dark, period, whether my pants are on or off. That just made it worse. Body Slammer said, are you doing a podcast with Ben Ortman tomorrow at 7? Maybe everyone wants to listen. Yes, I am. You can also watch it. It will debut on his channel. I will post it in the community tab when it's up. It was a delightful hour-long chat, and I know Ben from earlier in my career, so I talked about a bunch of failed things and shows that I did in my life, which is so nice. Brady said, when you decide to be a face, can we get a team Very Nice, Very Evil consisting of you and Danhausen? Well, it depends where the money is. Nail said, ignore Ty. His photo is practically a poster. Yeah, it's a little large. Carla said, Lou Gossett Jr., thank you for appreciating him, especially in Enemy Mine. Well, I don't appreciate him in this. Not that, look, it's a very unfortunate Lou Gossett Jr. story. I mean, he's fine. He wasn't harmed or anything. It's just not glowing. Tabby said, isn't that the movie where Dennis Quaid's character got Lou Gossett Jr.'s character pregnant or something? I'm pretty sure there was a baby at the end. Isn't there always? Andrea said, sounds like a fun show, watching wrestlers build furniture only to break it out of instinct. And congratulations, Andrea, on your promotion to your editor of something. I can't remember what the hell it is, but I saw it. I didn't read it critically, but I saw it. And the important thing is I'm communicating that to you. I should have just said, congratulations. Neil said, I would watch an 8-minute video of RJ reading on the sofa with an unopened flat pack table on the floor. I've done that before. Carla is using her Lime Ricky Lake emoji, which means she wants me to take another drink, and I'm getting hammered. Nicholas said, nice upcoming videos for this week. Yeah, it's a good one. Lost Shadow said, farewell, everyone. This soul got to get some rest. Good night, Lost Shadow. I hope you find your shadow one day. Dave said, I really like Inner Space. Ooh. It had Dennis Quaid, Meg Ryan, Robert Picardo, and Martin Short. You can't go wrong there. But kind of you can. Like, it should have been better, you know? Jordan said, they should have made a pest game where you swindle people and they get hunted. Thoughts? I would be interested. I'm going to look up and see. How do you know? They may be out. We doing limits or ad libs this week? Actually, if you all, I'm going to take a second from the chat. I know there's so much going on here. However, wait, Nails wants to know, after watching your Three Ninjas video today, how many people have you cursed throughout your life? Who haven't I cursed? I did want to take a minute because a bunch of people got me some amazing, wonderful gifts because it was my birthday. But as you know, all the delivery times are fakakta, and things are still rolling in, and I want to show them off. They're very important to me. First of all, this lovely card with a typewriter and a heart on it. So you can see here. You can't even see it, so white. Okay. This is from Missy, who I believe is in the chat right now. She said, RJ, for your birthday, I wanted to craft you something one of a kind. Hope you like them. Love, Missy. Missy, that is incredibly sweet of you. And she crafted me these, and you're going to love seeing them. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Val said, yes. Congrats, Andrea, on the Sportskeeda gig. That's what it is. Now, even more people will know the awful heel that is known asshole, RJ City. Nail said, ooh, if you can do an inner space, who would you like to be inside? Ernest Borgnine. Ed Asner. This is what Missy made me, and it's so darn sweet. They're these homemade decoupaged B. Arthur coasters. This is her from Maud. This, I believe, is her in the Marines. This is her with, what is that, an Emmy? Is an Emmy. And then this wonderful. So I have these 4 adorable. Missy, thank you so much. This is so incredibly sweet. I'm so glad you also crafted. You're learning things. It's so incredibly thoughtful. And I can't wait to have company over, show them the coasters. They put but they can't put their drinks on them. Please. So Missy, thank you so much. It's so incredibly sweet of you. Let me get these out of the way. So many notes. So I have this homemade card, and this, gosh darn it, is from Nails in New York. And that's Betty White. I don't know if you can you see this? This never works. Okay, there we go. So I said, what are you, Betty? A piece of shit or something? And the rest, as they say, is history. So that's Betty. And that, as you may surmise, is me sometimes. And Nails wrote this adorable thing. Happy birthday, RJ. Thank you for all the entertainment. You're pretty cool for a heel. Not crazy about that. Hope you like this gift that Mr. Nails drew for you. Well, I watched you drink and ask too many questions. Love, Nails in New York and Mr. Nails in New York. And that is so sweet of you. I want to thank you. And it's this darling gift that when I saw it blew me away. And I'm going to have to take it out of the thing. So there's no glare. Isn't this fantastic? Look at this thing. This is me. I showed it to my mom, and she thought I looked like one of my uncles because of how I was smiling. Can we let everyone see the detail? It's one of those weird pencil things where I don't want to get it like smudged or anything. It's so nice. And there's a little cleavage down here, which I appreciate. This is, of course, the old kimono, David's kimono. So now it's horrendously out of date. But this is so sweet. And I want you to know that it is in black and white. So it looks exactly like this. I assure you. It is incredible. It's well done. Nails, I'm so moved. It's so, so sweet. Between Missy and Nails. Now watch me put this back and just ruin this whole. Watch this slice in half. Can I get this? This is what I hate about having nice things. Maybe I should just give this to someone. So everyone is yeah. And it's certainly a gift. Yes. Also, Nails, thank you for all the gift work you've been doing. You're really on a roll. I'm incredibly, no, it's not smuggling, which is great. And lastly, and perhaps most practically, I got a gift today that came in like a box, and in the box was a bag, and then a smaller bag. I was like, what the hell is this? Hope this will help you get the mustache look without all the mustache commitment. I appreciate all the time you give to your fans. Thank you. From Valerie Bartlett. Valerie, this is so sweet of you. Thank you. Valerie got me a mustache set. And as you know, as I have the cigar and the robe and the lime Ricky Lake and the glasses, people say you should really have a pencil thin mustache. And I say, well, I cannot grow one. So I thought, if it's okay with all of you, tonight, I'm going to have a little mustache fashion show and see what works. There's information on the back. I'm going to tear into these. That's for sure. Okay. The first one here is called Stash. Can you see Stash-O-Mania, to avoid any copyrights? I'm sure. There we go. Let me see if I can. Maybe if I just take all of these. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay. They've gone all over the place. Okay. First one, Stash-O-Mania. Dave Muscarella said, "Sure you don't want to shave this for later?" He's been sitting on that pun for months, just waiting for this day. This one I don't think is going to be the best, obviously, because it doesn't match my hair color. This is a little silly. I don't think this is quite what we're going for. And I think Hogan's is even more pronounced. And I have wider lips. I wish it was bigger. Not quite what I was hoping for. I shaved specifically today just for this. Well, that one's not the best. Let's try this one. This is a little more traditional. It's like a barbershop quartet kind of thing. Can't get it. This is a disaster. I should have really ran this in rehearsal. Here we go. I've got it now. Here we are. Here we go. This is a little more. Is it a little more dignified? The only thing is it just hangs in my lip here. It's gonna get food. I'm gonna get rice on it or something. If I have a bowl of rice. Not crazy about this one. This isn't the best. Bill said we need one that looks like Tom Selleck. Bill wisely used the Hulk Hogan emoji. Thank you. I have mustache in my teeth. That was not my favorite one. Let's see. Well, this one is a little more of a. This is a little more like a Mr. Monopoly here. It is white, and you think that doesn't match, but I do have a lot of gray hair on the side, so perhaps I'm ambidextrous in that sense. If I can't get this off, I'm just gonna hold it up to my face. These are so sticky. Has everyone tuned out now? Okay. Oh, I got it. Hold on. No, not quite. All right, I'm gonna hold it. This one's stupid. This one's silly. It's making a mockery of me. This is a Tom Selleck one. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm perhaps most excited for. There we go. Maybe it's not a Tom Selleck. It's a little small. Well, that's normal looking. That's just. Do I need to make it higher? Is it off? Is it off center? No. No. Huh? Oh, we're doing like this. Bill said Bobby Bittman, and to that I say, how are you? How does this look? It's not bad. Hello, and welcome to the program. This is, let me tell you, this outfit and one mustache is, full orgy mode. This guy. Drop your keys in the bowl at the front of the house. Put your mittens on your kittens, and away we go. I feel uncomfortable with this on my face. Carla said, not bad. It makes you have a very full upper lip. Val said, Groucho Marx vibes. I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How I got in my pajamas, I'll never know. Oh, dear Lord, said Sabrina. Ty said, it looks like a caterpillar is attacking your face. Well, that's frightening. Grant said, RJ, the gold jacket's yours. Randy Quaid is going to choke. Dave said, this is a Florida resort hanging out by the pool vibe. Nail said, must stay in the chat. Must resist making gifts. Well, there's only a couple more. Here's like a real snidely whiplash kind of thing. Does anyone remember Snidely Whiplash? Or am I from Deadly Do-Right? That's a little smarter. That's a little more forward thinking. It's a little more polite. Someone who holds a cigar like this. Hmm? You got to move it around, test it out. RJ Dastardly. Yeah, I'd be full heel in this look. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's a little more like sniveling. Oh, look, it's already molting. Dave wanted to know if I'm going to tie some woman to the train tracks now. Dun, 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 dun. So there's two left, and one of them fell. Oh, here, I got this. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Okay, I understand what went wrong here. Oh, there's so much left. Okay, hold on. There's more mustache merriment to come. Stick with us after this short break. Hold on. Now, this is a little more of a cowboy out on the range. There's a Red Dead Redemption kind of cosplaying thing that I'm going to do here once I can. They don't make this easy. They got to really make sure that you want the mustache. No, this is not what I'm going for at all. I feel like it's like a Charlie Chan mustache. It's not a remotely appropriate look. Makes me incredibly uncomfortable. Aaron says, "Yeehaw!" I did not feel very yeehaw. We're getting a little into better Selleck territory here. Let me waste everyone's time a little more in taking these off. That's important to me. My real sociological experiment today is how long will people wait while I try to take these stickers. Oh my God. This one's not. No, this one I've ruined completely. This one was not sticking. This one just stuck. Okay, can we? But this is just a bigger version of kind of what we already saw, right? Okay. So there's two left, and they're very difficult because they're each 2 parts each, which I know is a little tricky. So bear with me. See, I think, okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, God. Look. That's a little, I think, foolish. Is it supposed to, what if it's like this? It's a little Dali. No, it's not supposed to be like this. Now it looks like Eddie Kingston's eyebrows. No, I got it here. Very French, said Richard. Thank you. See, this is not where you even wear these. I'm not crazy about that at all. I don't like those. Pill said, you need to try the white one again. So you look like Cesar Romero. But I don't think his was like white. I never really saw him after. Okay. Now this is the one that I'm most. Good evening. This is the one that I'm most interested in here. How do we feel about this? I think this is a smart look. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the program. Brian should make it. Blue Meanie should make it a unibrow. Sabrina said, "What if RJ wakes up with a mustache on his back? It depends on what will happen to me this evening." Tabby said, "This is the one." Aaron said, "A+." Bill said, "Vincent Price." Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's a fly, you see, and his head is now on the fly, and the fly's head blew up very big, and it's now on this man. And it will attack you. Meanie said, use it as a unibrow. Well, I'm going to use this one here. Let's see if this works. No, it's too dark. It's too silly. It's not the nice Santino one. Val said, very Clark Gable of you. Clint said, ever had a real mustache before? Well, no, because I can't grow one. This is why I brought the help in here. Sonia said, you are hot. Wake your grandmothers up. Tell them to stop doing the crossword in the TV guide and say, take a look at this handsome young fella on the computer screen. Nail said, I feel like you could solve a murder. Sabrina said, you look like Gomez from the Addams Family. You could have just said Gomez Addams, Sabrina. Dave said, can you do the Vincent Price Thriller rap? No, things are walking around and Michael Jackson's going on a date. But then at the end, it turns out to be a dream, although not really, because there's something wrong with his eyes. Some sort of jaundice, a yellowing of the eyes. Yes, watch out for his eyes. Dave said, what's better, crossword puzzles or word searches? Word searches are chess. Word searches are checkers, and crosswords are chess. I think only crosswords really help your brain. Chai said, my gran is currently in the house. Bring her around, grandmama Thai 5. Oh my God, me and my nan always stay up past midnight doing crosswords when I visit. It's so accurate. See, I've had a grandmother. I'm warming up to this one. It's stark, said Carla, but human. Darkness falls across the land. Thank you, Ron. Panthea's grandma said, why is this giving me Oscar Isaac vibes? This is giving me Oscar Peterson vibes. At the midnight hour, it's close at hand. Thank you, Ron. Chabby said, so now that the mustache montage is over, can we talk about how glory holes has been trending in Canada for 2 days now? So if you're just catching up and you've seen it trending, and I have, the Canadian government released basically sex tips during the pandemic. And they said, if you need to, because it makes sense, people are, dying. They said, if you need to, use something perhaps like a glory hole. And they actually said glory hole. So everyone's like, well, this is nice. Thanks for encouraging that. But I don't think it's someone it really defeats the mystery of the glory hole. It's someone you already know and it's all set up. And you have to go there. So just cut a hole in a sheet or something, that kind of thing. So glory holes are being more and more frequented now, which is good. We got to see, that was the one thing I wasn't planning on this year. The pandemic, politics, all that stuff, my own life, I figured that out. But I didn't bank on the revival of the glory hole. So I'm excited. Maybe the porno movie theater will come back. Social distance. There's only like 2 people, one in the front bottom corner and one in the back corner. Raul Julia's character from the Addams Family movie, said Omar. Carla said, strange to say, but it's best in profile. I don't know if she's talking about my mustache or glory holes. Jordan said, do you play Minesweeper? You strike me as a Minesweeper type. I did like it, although I never figured out any of the rules. I just like clicking. Dave said, don't you think the sport of cornhole should get a new name? Yes, it sounds much filthier than that should be the glory hole. Different mustache for each podcast, said Nail. See who's brave enough to comment on it. Stokely said, consensual glory hole. Well, all glory holes should be consensual. Grant said, wait, you don't already have a sex wall in your home? Unfortunately, no. That's what you need a stud finder for that. That's my contracting joke. Ty said the Canadian government apparently doesn't give a fuck. No, they do. They do care. They would rather people have sex through a glory hole than get sick and die. So I think it's a good trade-off. Sonia said, I love Canada. My favorite wrestler, Bret Hart, lives in Calgary, which is like the national capital of glory holes. Bill said, we Canadians, oh no, I've missed it now. We Canadians are so polite, they suggest with the please use the glory hole. Sorry, guys. If there's any way you could just use the glory hole, that would be amazing. Mr. Swoon said, you have the perfect mustache for an adult theater. Welcome. I have quite a selection of VHSs in the back. Are you interested in Laserdisc? Carla said either. I don't know. There's a reference to. Nail said Grant is out here living in 3030 with his sex wall. That's for sure. Famous Among the Barn said thrusting through something called drywall sounds awful. Well, you always lubricate. Dave said, Dave said, my town has multiple adult bookstores and I've never been in them. Can't imagine ever going in. Well, I say you don't appreciate the town you're living in. And I say you buck up, you put on a fake mustache, and you go into those bookstores and you do some light reading. Nail said, FaceTime David in a new mustache. He does it to me all the time. I go, what are you grunting? He's like, I don't know. Jordan said, once you figure it out, Minesweeper, it's addicting as hell. I'm going to look it up. It's time. I'm at 63 now, and it's time to get back into Minesweeper. Mignalia says nobody knows how to play Minesweeper. I myself am a spider solitaire kind of guy. I love that. I also love the old space pinball on Windows. What a well-conceived, beautiful, beautiful game. Hunter said, if I can't, did I lose you? Where did you go? Hunter said, I've lost so many, as they do believe, we're so many things. Oh, if I can't look at someone's face while doing the nasty with them, maybe it's not a good idea to do the nasty with them at all. Nonsense. As long as you consensually agree not to look at each other. Tabby said, if I had a stud finder, I wouldn't have to visit glory holes. Good night, everybody. Val said, your contracting jokes are the best. Thank you. Clint said, Brodzilla, did you meet RJ in person? I believe you did. I believe we met at the Chinlock show. Does glory hole count as full sex? I'll allow it. Hunter said, also, do they believe like COVID won't spread to the dick or what? No, they that's what they do believe. It's a respiratory disease. And as long as your genitals aren't breathing, you should be okay. I mean, I guess there's always a risk with any person of anything, but apparently it's just a lot lower. Hunter, Nail said, I love Canadians. I say this, RJ, every stream. I went to the dentist yesterday, and they had this big, when you walk in, a big like zipper down screen, which was kind of like a glory hole in a sense for your teeth. Dave said, the New York City Health Board gave out a pamphlet about sex and COVID, and they specifically mentioned rim jobs. Our government at work. That's a rim shot for a good rim job joke. Brodzilla said, someday. I guess we haven't met. No, because I don't remember running into you at the Chinlock show. There will be another Chinlock show. Don't worry about it, Brodzilla. Rowan said, excuse me, I'm a Minesweeper pro. Ty said, please go back and count how many times he says glory hole. I'm going to put a glory hole counter. I didn't say, this isn't me. This is just a man with a mustache filling in. Pandalus Grandma said, Canada suggests you do it using walls. The glory hole was like an afterthought. Like, sure, maybe we should put a hole in there. Maybe that helps. I think it does. It makes it more palatable. Val said, you sound like the guy in Sick Punk when you talked about laser discs. All Canadians love you too, Nail, says Rowan. Fresh Prince said, I don't need adult books. I have the internet and certain hubs. I say, pooey. You need a good magazine to turn the page. SM said, good evening, RJ. There's a Lime Ricky emoji, which means I will take a sip. I recently purchased a Milan face mask, and my reflection finally shows who I am inside. Which Disney princess is your favorite and why? Mine was Ursula. And to celebrate that, Ty got me a wonderful Ursula Funko Pop. And she was a princess. She really was. And she should have married, what was his name? The father. The mermaid's father. It's not Zeus. Of the sea. The guy of the sea. Seaman. Sea god. You know who I'm talking about. Hunter said, I went into a sex store with friends to buy incense, and when we tried to buy it, they tried to sell us meth. So don't trust sex shops. Although, if you're looking for meth, you go in and say, I'm looking for some incense. That's a horrible... What a leap. Incense should not be a gateway drug. Clint wants to know, how's your old man British accent? It was a wonderful, frightfully good healing. Good show. Bravo to you. And 3 cheers for you. And we're all pulling for you. Bully for you. Dave said, I love the Nokia phones with the snake game on them in the late 90s. My Nokia phone also had a river rafting game on it, which was strange. Famous Among the Barn said, do you have a Peter Sellers impression? Thank you. No, I don't. That quick 2 words told me, no, I fucking don't. They're very tricky. I'm trying to do Inspector Clouseau, but it's not, I caught you. No. Nope. Not, I would have to go back and look. I'm sure I could do one, but thank you. It is very. Ty said 40 minutes in, not one limerick. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But Bill said, since you have the perfect mustache, more Vincent Price, can we get a 3D Dr. Tongue scene? They laughed at me in Budapest. They laughed at me in Prague. And then Bruno goes, they laughed at you in Buffalo too. Shut up, Bruno. Let me walk over here and enjoy my Lime Ricky Lake. Do, 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 do. That was from the 3D House of Stewardesses. And he says, now, Bruno, take their blouses and skirts. And he turns a bunch of stewardesses into zombies that serve him alcoholic drinks. Yes, hello and welcome to the 3D House of Beef. Our waiter will be over shortly to take your order. Bruno! That's my... It's not bad. It's not bad. I guess my Vincent Price is a Dr. Tongue. Dale said, I think you should stick your mustache on a glory hole. That's a stud finder if I've ever seen one. Okay, let's do one for Ty. If you want one, I found one. Oh, this is a longer one. I think I like this. It's good because we haven't done one in a while. A certain young man of St. Paul. Let me read this in the Vincent Price voice. I think it's only right. A certain young man of St. Paul consistently practiced withdrawal. This quaint predilection created such friction, he soon had no foreskin at all. It continues. Withdrawal, according to Freud, is a very good thing to avoid. If practiced each day, your balls will decay to the size of a small adenoid. I don't know what an adenoid is, but nevertheless, Freud's opinion, said old Dr. Steckel, isn't worth a Confederate shekel. Withdrawal is fun, but beware lest the sun should cause the withdrawn parts to freckle. So not only do you get sexual advice, oh God, they're moving in opposite direction. So not only do you get sexual advice, but good skincare advice too. I hope that worked for you, Ty. That was a rough one. Bill said, thanks, RJ. Since you posted an SCTV skit in your member session, who would you love to work with from the cast? Well, like any of them, but I would say out of all of them, Martin Short is the top of my list because I think I'm still obsessed with all his work now. Certainly Eugene Levy. Joe Flaherty, we almost got a chance to work with. I tried to when we did Cynical Crafter. There was a Halloween episode, and we tried to get him, and we tried to get him as Count Floyd, and I wanted to make 3D glasses. We never got to because I don't think he was in. I think he was in LA, and we weren't going to fly him in or whatever. But he would be in Toronto, and then he'd be in LA or some weird thing. And we almost got also Robin Duke. That was also on my list because I know she's local and did Molly Earl, a crafting show on SCTV. Dave said, would you say David Hasselhoff was a good singer? In certain parts of the world, I would say that. Stokely said, your mustache is very Mel Brooks from Spaceballs, which was President Scroob. The combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's unbelievable. I have the same combination on my luggage. My favorite in that movie is Dom DeLuise voicing Pizza the Hut. Sabrina said, well, this was fun. The whole 20 minutes I was here. Have a lovely night, everyone. Go to bed, Sabrina. Good night. Tabby said, everyone's Peter Sellers impression is Inspector Clouseau, except that racist guy who only does the guy from The Party. The Party is obviously not socially acceptable at the time. Much acclaimed movie. Elvis's favorite movie. He would watch it all the time in his own personal movie theater, which is not a surprise to me. Clint said, I guess you're good at French and old man British accents. I guess so. I'm missing a bunch of people. Ty said, thank you for the limerick. Hunter said, it says something about the charisma of RJ that I haven't understood virtually a single reference in this stream, and yet I'm still drawn into whatever's happening. Mel Brooks, man. I read a nice limerick. Limericks are universal. Don't take your penis out in the sun. I think that's universal advice. Nail said, Val, these mustaches came with free accents. Who knew? It is a real bonus. They were a great find, Val. Thank you. Nail said, yes, Hunter, it's a secret of the cult, but we're not a cult. Famous Among the Barn said, John Candy would have been great to work with. Well, certainly. And Harold Ramis, who was the other departed gentleman from SCTV. Don't all mustaches come with accents? I'll say. Dave said, who do you think would have killed it in Match Game that never got to be in it? Well, that is a wonderful question. And now when Audra Linney would have been good. I think any of Three's Company, what's what's his name? Larry there, Larry Dallas. What was his name? Ralph Klein? Was his name Ralph Klein? Richard Klein. Richard Klein was his name. I think he would have been very good. He would have had a good. I think Jamie Farr was on. Maybe this is all. Sometimes I go to bed and I think, who would be good on Max Game? And then I wake up and I go, wasn't Jamie Farr in Max Game? Neil said, oh, we must request Jump in My Car by Hasselhoff on Sunday. Oh, yeah, one of my favorites. As Em said, are there any outtakes to the hilarious Antiques video you posted recently? So I posted a video. That's not my video. It's a CBC video I did with them and Value Village. So they would have any of the outtakes, but don't think they have them anymore, nor am I really allowed to post them. I had one small outtake from Cynical Crafter that I posted to my social media a while ago. That was a long day improvising with kids because we had a bunch of kids. And what you see me do, with one kid, I have one antique and I tell a lie about it and we go back and forth. But what you don't see is I did that one same thing with every single kid. So it was a long, long day. And we had to have a lot of kids and they're not allowed to work that long. And we had them in and out, but like I'm there and I'm just, and none of it is the hard thing about doing improv on set is that you don't know it's working because on set, you're not supposed to laugh. So I'm not getting any laughs from anyone. So internally, I'm thinking it's horrible. And I remember finishing that day going, everyone hates this. This is not going to be good. Can we not put this out? And then it turned out great, which happens with pretty much everything I do that has to be edited like that I have to give to people who are far more talented than me to make funny. For some reason, said Val, I have very vivid memories of Count Floyd. This is Count Floyd here, reminding you to tune in to Monster Chill Horror Theater this week and make sure to send away for your special 3D glasses. They're $13. Oh, I love them so much. I was watching them last night. Texas said, oh, Lord, I missed it. I have to keep... This chat is getting so much out of control. Where's Texas? Did I miss Texas? I hit it, and then it missed. Hold on. I'll get it again, Texas. Stay with me, Tex. Here we go. Are you going to take that young kid, Randy Quaid, under your ring and show him the ropes? Under your wing, and show him the ropes of Twitter. He's got a good hand. They follow me. They observe. They're learning. Everyone's learning. Jordan said, barf, puke, whatever. Where's my money? That was the wonderful Dom DeLuise. That's how far back I am in the chat. Neil said, are you going to miss comments? Oh, I'm so popular now. Aaron said, I forget what he looks like without the mustache. It's so right. Dave said, History of the World Part 1 is a really great Mel Brooks movie. I'd say so, too. It's a little misguided. The first half, I think, is better than the second. Neil said, get the vacuum for Jordan. Tabby said, some references to Hunter, Saved by the Bell, Knight Rider, Pearl Jam, Minecraft. One of those two should land. Ty said, the puke vacuum. Have I ever read mean tweets about me? Clint said, yes, I have, and I've answered them as a heel, and it's on my channel. So please go look when this is done. Tabby said, Ralph Klein was a former premier of Alberta. That's who I'm thinking of. Dave said, Jamie Farr never really did much post-MASH. Yeah, but he hung out at Tony Paco's in Toledo. Nail said, Clint's, there's an awesome video of him doing that. Famous said, is there a Carol Burnett sketch you wish you could have been a part of? I love the one when Tim Conway is like, did you do your ditties? They're admirals, are in the military, and he's Roger Corman. He's taking medals off of Roger Corman. You didn't do your ditties. That one I loved so much. Karen Mason said, sorry I'm late. I've been busy today. Good morning, RJ City. It's almost bedtime for me now. Do you even recognize me? Val said, I'm pretty sure Jamie Farr was on Max Game. Good. Thank you, Val. Dave said, I want to see Mr. Wizard's World with RJ instead of Don Herbert. That's some fantasy casting. Val said, Dave, I saw an episode of Pluto. Mr. Wizard was a real dick to those kids. Blue Meanie said, sing a glory hole to the tune of Laura Branigan's Glory hole, glory hole. I want to stick it in you. Gloria, I don't know who's on the other side. Glory hole, but this is all very consensual. Glory hole, I hope you signed a waiver. Glory hole, and you're using lots of lube. Boom, boom. Just stick it in the tube. Dun, dun, dun. Known as a glory hole, glory hole. I'm half the man I used to be. I hope that worked for you, Blue Meanie. I've skipped a bunch of people now. Oh, no, I'm getting caught up. Nails said, yeah, Clint is quite recent on Twitter. I can grab the link for you. Do that, Nails. That's very sweet of you. Bill said, famous. I could see RJ doing something hilarious with Tim Conway or Vicki Lawrence, who never answers my tweets. Clarence said, pay my tax. Carla said, oh my God, this is getting so... Carla Hoffman said, Count Floyd was on the Ed Grimley cartoon show. He did the interstitials. And then Martin Short would come on too and do also weird, creepy characters. Dave Mascarella said, Peter Cetera's version of Glory Hole of Love. Glory Hole of Love. No, that's Lou Reed's version. Clint, if this works, copy and save it. Hunter said, I don't know of any of those references. All I know is 90s Cartoon Network and Nintendo. Well, once I think of some Dexter's Lab jokes, omelette du fromage. I hope that works for you. Pearl Jam had the Jeremy's Spoken What song, but that's about all I know. Ty said, oh my God. Everyone seems to enjoy the Glory Hole song. Ty said, someone request that song on Sunday. Nail said, how does he do it? Aaron said, this might be the spiciest After Dark yet. Vangelis Grandma said, the mask is finally coming off. That Glory Hole song made me sweat. Tabby said, Vicki Lawrence won't answer your tweets because she's not a spot monkey like some other people. Nell said, I love you, RJ. Danny said, well, there goes the mustache. It'll show up somewhere on his body tomorrow. Bill said, thanks, Meanie. I now will have that song stuck in my head all night now. The other glorious song I was thinking of is, and her name is G-L-O-R. Why? Glory, whole glory, ho. Glory, whole glory, ho. Wonderful Van Morrison or Patti Smith, if you like. Dear Lord. Nell said, I hope so, Danny, or I hope he's looking for type and finds a mustache. Clint said, I've seen David read a mean tweet about him on Jimmy Kimmel's live show. Yeah, and I'm sure he giggled too. Sonia said, I love you, RJ. You're sexy. It's incredibly sweet of you. Nell said, I love those segments. Talking about Donovan. Mingyalia said, I literally was just going to post to the Morrison version. Jordan said, my roommate chose to start cooking dinner at 11 p.m. Should I cut a promo on him? No, I think you should inhale the smells and have a fantasy that you're a fancy King Henry and one of your peasants is making you a feast for the next day. It's the only way to stay sane, Jordan. Neil said, anyone else say, oh, Lord, a lot more now that they watch RJ? Oh, dear God. That's Fraser Crane. Hunter said, there's nothing sexier than RJ and half his mustache singing about glory holes. That's a very specific fetish for some people. Val said, I got Donovan and Van Morrison confused all the time. Donovan sang, way down below the ocean, where I want to be, she may be. It's that song where Robert De Niro is kicking the shit out of Billy Bats in Goodfellas. Blue Meanie said, you need to do the Les Nessman and have a fake mustache randomly placed on your face each episode and just never, ever say anything about it. Good old Les. Jordan said he's a shitty cook. Well, just not in your fantasy, Jordan. Aaron said, I think there's real potential for a false face type villain persona, but instead of your whole face changing, it's just your lip. And no one knows who I am. You'll recognize me now. Let me see if I can put this on. You won't recognize me. See? You got no idea who I am. Dear Lord, I look like a moron. Do you like Cheers? Said Rob. I do. If so, who's the best character on it? I mean, Sam Malone is really, I think, the crux of it. And he's really the heart of the show. I do like myself. I mean, I go crazy for Lilith Crane. She's fantastic. But Sam Malone as a character would definitely be it for me. Clint said, RJ, what are you good at the most? Singing, acting, or voice acting? Probably none of them. I'm probably equally bad at everything, and that's what keeps me consistent. Donovan also did. Thank you, man. They call me Mellow Yellow. I'm just mad about saffron. There's also a Gap commercial. Karen said, later, RJ City. Good morning to you, Karen. SM said, only one limerick tonight? Well, you know what? Let's do one more before we get out of here. Okay, can't say that one. Dear Lord, these words. Lady. This one's very, very long. Let's get something a little smaller. Let's see if this works. Nope, there we go. I'm ruined now. Let me see if I can find gourmands. Okay, no, we did that one already. Ah! We're getting there. We're getting there. We're going. Nope. Ah, here we go. Nope, I can't say that either. Here we go. There was a young fellow of Meek who invented a lingual technique. It drove women frantic and made them romantic and wore all the hair off his cheek. Let's read another one. I'm in a good mood. Ah, okay. A canny Scotch lass named McFargle, without coaxing and such argy-bargle, would suck a man's pud just as hard as she could, and she saved up the sperm for a gargle. Well, on that note, we can't get any better or worse than that. I want to apologize to everyone. I want to thank you for tolerating my mustache and my cigar and my alarm. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. Brozilla said, "I gotta go Google glory hole. Good night, everybody." Well, I've ruined a promising young human being, and I'm so terribly, terribly sorry. I love you all, even though I hate myself. Good night, Godspeed, and God bless.